Good morning, everybody from sunny California. For this Pilates class today, we're going to do some fascia release work first and then get into the mat work. As the sacrum is a very powerful part of relationship between hips and the rest of the trunk, we are going to start with the black ball on our backs. So you want to lie down, lift your bottom up, and get this black ball nicely situated on the center of the sacrum. Now the sacrum, we have this pelvis, and it's supposed to be able to go in a little bit, very microscopically, and also we are an evolution from fish. And think of it, it's like the tail of the fish. It's supposed to have a movement, but for many of us that whole area gets rather calcified and stuck. So we're going to soften and stimulate the bones. So when you're with your hips here, I want you to put your hands on your groins and see if you can feel that they're very heavy and soft. You're not gripping, you're not clutching. You want to think of the femur bones just dropping down and starting to have this sense of the whole pelvis being very heavy and open. And without, let me see if my shirt as much as possible, get it out of the way. Once you have that sensation, heavy, open, soft groin, so no grippy hip flexors, no grip in the glutes, tilt the tail part, which should be off the ball, down just a bit, check that you're still soft, and then tilt it up. So it's really a small movement. And as you do it, another thing to look for is the heaviness of the rib cage down. So there's this harmonic that's going to go up. So can you move the tail back and forth without that? See, that means the flow of the energy is moving up, because down there it's more stuck. So we want to really unglue that area if possible. And the beauty of the ball is it's putting a very therapeutic pressure into the bones and letting them kind of soften and wake up and restore certain vitality. Now come back, check that you're still not grippy, and then it's like you're wiggling right and left. So I'm swinging. We move this way so you can see better. You see, I'm kind of like hiking one hip up a little bit and one hip out, so that there's just a little bit of free form happening. See if you can still keep the rib cage heavy. It's not a locking and tightening of the diaphragm as much as a heaviness of the rib cage down instead of a tension holding up. And each of us is a little different here. Back and forth. Come back to the center, and we're going to do pelvic clocks around the ball. So tail goes down, start going to the right, coming up, and focus on the ball rather than on your pelvis. Can you feel yourself doing a circle around the surface of the ball? So like you're drawing around the ball, and check that you're still soft in the groins. So it really becomes an articulation of the pelvis versus the bigger limbs kicking in for this. Finish it so you get all the way, the tail is a little bit down. Double check that the ball hasn't moved out of place, and start reversing the circle the other way. So you're circling around. Wow. Keep going. I realized that my whole brain had to think differently to do this. One more time. Again, feel the pressure, heavy sacrum sinking down. You may find that things are shifting. not very soft groins. Lift one leg up, bring it back down. And now there's a bit of a holding here. We're starting to get into the corset powerhouse aspect of what's happening in the training of Pilates, where you want this corset. Notice I'm not tucking. There's no posterior tilt. Each of us has a different shape. We're heavy into the ball, and we're really hinging the joint instead of hardening around it. We're loosening the joint up. 2 more times like this, lifting and lifting. Still with this heavy sacrum, heavy ribs. Lift the arms to the ceiling above the shoulders and start to feel a little bit of the shoulders down your back. So now we're engaging the lats. Keep that compression, keep heavy hips, and just lift up a little bit. Don't tuck. Not that. Just this upper body, long arms, and back again. And again, long arms and back. You may feel a harmonic as you do this into the sacrum and pelvis. So let that happen microscopically, because the body is a one organism, but make sure you're not really working the low part of the pelvis. See how much you can let go of it. 2 more times. And 1 more time. Very nice. Lift your bottom up. Bring the pelvis down. And now take your pearl, bigger ball, about this size. Again, mine is mushy. And hike up into the pelvis. So it's more of a lift now. It'll have a completely different sensation. Start to notice how it can help spread the sacrum out. So we're going to push into the ball a few times. Again, soft groins, none of this happening. No grippy groins. So place yourself, push down, push down. So what we're doing, it's like a massage into that area that gets so hard and dry. And notice how much there is a certain activation here that happens when you're pressing down to just stimulate your whole powerhouse area, which is really a multitudinous aspect of material, of muscles. Now, hands on the ball. I've got my fingers and traction. So pushing the ball down and lengthening my trunk away. So again, we're now just kind of microscopically stimulating bone, and then push up. Just go back and forth like that, pressing down, pulling up, pressing down, pulling up, pressing down, pulling up. Push down a little bit, and now roll. I'm moving my feet to the left, my bottom to the left, and I'm rolling the ball out to the side. Halfway on the sacrum, halfway on the glutes. Feel the heaviness there. We're starting to spread and widen everything. And then go further, rolling out the glutes and slightly lifting up. If you find that you're gripping, catching, your glutes are starting to pop, stop there and relax them. We want like you're running through something. Come back to the center. Get yourself heavy, and we're doing the other side. So my feet to the left, right. Moving the ball to the left. So first my pelvis is flat, and then I'm starting to rotate into it. So it's getting kind of around the side of the bottom there. Feeling that spread. Coming back down. Now roll a little bit further down the sacrum. So now it's catching the bottom of the sacrum and tailbone. Take a moment. Check that you're not kind of hiked into any specific artificial shape. You want to let that heaviness drop. The softness of the groins here. Roll a little bit to the right. Start to roll to the side, softening everything as you do this. Come back. Heavy center. A little bit over to the ball is rolling to the left. My body's moving to the right. Lifting up a little bit, rolling further. Coming back. And now you're going to go almost off. Now we're more tailbone and beyond the tailbone. Right at that low level where it's almost you're almost at the bottom of the bottom. So take a moment and let things sink down. Tailbones can be really funny for people. Some people have hiked up, hiked off, side. It's a little bit, there's a lot going on with the tailbone. Most everybody's had falls in their life, and it can kind of throw the nervous system into a funny place. And that's who we are. Slightly impacted by life creatures. So again, rolling my hips and feet to the left. Ball rolls to the right. Pressing out, widening. Check that the glutes are soft on both sides. Come back. Let yourself sink into that area, the low part of the sacrum, just putting pressure. If there's impacted bone, impacted tailbone, that pressure can be so lovely to start to wake up the stuck stagnation. Move the hips to the right, the ball is moving to the left. Opening up a little bit. Coming back. And from here, lift the hips for a minute and put the sacrum down. So as you're lying here, the knees are bent. Check again that there's no tightness here. You may have your back on the floor totally or not. That we're more interested in a just very long and relaxed spine, and then a gentle pull of the shoulders down. So just for a minute, we're checking everything out. You want this support here, but not by changing shape. That's not what you want. You want just a natural tone feeling. And again, we're going to float up, float. So we're starting to loosen. Oh, people say, oh, I have a really tight IT band. Sides of my legs are tight. We're softening this up. You want to really let it be soft. As you do this, you want to slowly start to bring the knee closer to the thigh, but watch this. You don't want that to make it happen. You really want the hinging, and it's really different. Some people are super loose in the hinge part. A lot of people aren't, so once they hit their own limit, they start to bring other parts of the body in. So we're right now really exploring what is available for us without a shortening anywhere. And again, soft, everything soft. Then knees and feet. You want the feet, close together. No grip, please, no grip. Check here that you're still soft. Arms are up, armpits to the waist, and reach forward. As you reach forward, broaden the collarbones. Everything's nice and wide. And back. Widen the collarbones. And back. Widen the collarbones. And back. Widen the collarbones. And back. 2 more times. Widen. So we're just starting to activate the powerhouse without compromising the skeleton. And back. Now, bring yourselves up to a seated position. We are quickly going to stimulate the whole spine, and then we will be ready for our full-on Pilates practice. So the ball is on the right side of the sacrum. Right side sacrum, we're moving up the spine. I'm going to move up to the top of my mat because the body will be moving down. So from here, take a breath in and lift the body, and then press into the ball. It's a bigger ball, so it's a global experience. Lift, press in again. Check those groins. You do not want grippy groins. You want trunk support. Have a feeling if you're starting to twist. We're really starting to stimulate the powerhouse even with this work because the body wants to torque in order to balance. Now, roll yourself a little further down. So the ball now is the base of the ribs. Check that you're not gripping. Long and soft, and the spine is soft. So you're putting this pressure into the side of the spine and widening the ribs a bit. Pressing in and starting to be aware of what will mean a long spine in your body. Not a gripped, just naturally long. And there's this balance between the right and left side. Keep doing this movement. I'm going to turn so you can see. If I was looking at a mirror, what happens is torques start to happen for people. You want to look at your body. Are your hips even? Are your ribs even? Are your shoulders even though the ball is not in the middle? That's really the aspiration because then it stimulates the whole trunk balancing mechanism. So check hips, ribs, shoulders even. And again, you could be holding here. If your neck is troubling you, you hold the neck. We're just putting pressure into these bones. Check that you're not grippy. Roll a little bit further up, close to the shoulder blade. Again, pressing and softening those bones. No grip. And even further up. Now I am sideways. I'm quite up at the top. This is where the trapezius muscles start to grip for people. So just take your time, double check. Hips, ribs, shoulders, are you even? And are you long here? And then up to the side of the neck. So take a moment. Feel the pressure into the side of the neck. Again, our necks get so tight. Roll your head to the right. Feel that pressure. Bring your nose back. Roll a little bit to the left. So it's going to feel like you're rolling off the ball. Come back. The ball should be to the right. It kind of covers the spine in the neck, but it's mostly on the tissue and muscle structure to the right of it. One more time. To the right. To the left. Coming off. So we finished the right side. Let your head drop down. Now check your groins are loose and lengthen your legs out. So start to feel, how does my body feel? What is the length everywhere? Is there a difference between right and left side? Of course there is. Because we were putting a lot of texture into that side. So coming up for the left side. Ball is to the left. Here's my sacrum. Left side of the sacrum. Pressing back. Soft groins. Soft groins. Even pressure. No twisting of the trunk if you can manage it. If you are twisting, keep doing that movement. I'm just moving back because I know what's going to happen in a minute. So just up and down. And then roll yourself further up. So now we're in the low rib area, waist to the ribs. Check. This is soft. Spine feels long. Pressure. Start to really focus on the whole skeletal system. Check that you're still not twisting very often. The hips start to do funny things for people. And I'm one of those people. So we want to just keep refining and upgrading how our body works. Roll further up. Again, by now, if you want to start supporting your head, you can. Keep checking that you're not shortening anything in your skeletal system. We want very nice, easy, relaxed skeleton and good muscle structure around it to be able to move without squishing things together if possible. That's kind of the goal. Roll further up. So now I'm in the shoulder blade area on this left side. Pressing in. Growing soft. Softening this whole part of the spine. Makes such a difference in reducing tension and making the body feel good instead of stuck. Lift the hips and come further up. So now I'm right at the top of the shoulder blades, top of the rib cage, not yet into the neck. This is an area that gets very tight and thick tissue, which is good because there's a lot of different muscles there, but we don't want them congesting this part of the body. Notice, by the way, as you're doing this, are your shoulder blades wide rather than crunched in? The more they can be wide, the more relaxed they will be in the back. And then roll up so that you're on your neck. You want to feel the whole left side of the spine of the neck. You want into the tissue on the side. Your groins are still soft. Again, pressing in, just feeling that pressure to start to soften up tension in the neck. Roll your face to the left. Start to really check. This side gets tighter in my case, so I have to keep checking. You want to keep checking you're not gripping. Back, roll to the right. Back, roll to the left. Back, roll to the right. One more time. As you do the rolling, you can start to track if you have things pulling in your shoulders. Sometimes the muscles between the shoulders and the head get short and stuck, and then we have the neck tension and the shoulders up by your ears syndrome. And hold your back of your head. Head is down, spine is long. Take a moment to feel everything. Check that this part is long. Remember, not tucked. Long, soft groins. It's funny, the groins and the armpit area are two areas that kind of get all gripped up. We're again going to do the pre-Pilates. Lift the legs soft. And notice now how the rib cage will respond. So back and forth. You may be able to bring your legs in very far. You just find what's working for you. And it's a feeling is that there's almost a deepening corner as the leg comes in. The corner gets deeper and your glutes have to stretch. If you're really doing it right, they have to spread. If you do this, you miss that whole area, which is a hammock area for so many different aspects, just gets lost. Now, knees and feet together, lift both legs up. Notice I'm not doing that. So long, heavy sacrum, lift your feet up so you're in tabletop. We're going to be doing our hundreds from here. So the arms are up and we're going to do it nice and conscientiously. Start pulling the shoulders down your back. Do not over tuck in the pelvis and find the powerhouse. Find this position and we'll start. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, out. Make sure you have the quarter. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Rotate the legs a little out. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3. Lower more. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lower more if you want. 4, 5, 3, 4, 5. Last one. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold it. Lower your legs long and down. See if you can feel the hinging and the floating. And if you couldn't, that's fine too. So take a moment, Feel the length. Flex your feet and open in the hip flexors. Very long. Let the pelvis be heavy and don't tuck it. Just find where that function is and then check that the ribs are heavy. So take your arms to the ceiling. Pull the armpits down your back a little bit and float the arms back without losing the connection into the lats. So you're taking the arms back. They may go all the way, but let's see if we can hang them into this connection today. Feet are nicely lengthened. Arms up, lift, pause here, check your alignment, and then use the front trunk muscles to come forward and stretch out. Really reach and roll back down. Dropping that sacrum, nice heavy sacrum. Check the hip flexors are soft. Take the arms back. Bring the arms up and peel. Reach, roll back down. So just keep going now in your own speed. And see if you can find how this front body is really serving to support the skeleton. Most importantly, your spinal column, not to get squished. One more time like this. And pause. Pause here now, just relax. Hold your feet, let your head drop over, let the back release, let everything release, let your elbows release, let the hamstrings release. Just take a moment. Now, from here, feel your belly. Pull your belly back to see if you can open up in the sacrum. Really roll up and just come up to a sitting position and bring the arms down. Going into rolling like a ball and rolling like a ball to roll over. So it's a hybrid Pilates exercise. Start straight and then bring the sacrum, make the sacrum be heavy. Find that place that you have a C curve and then lift your legs up. We're going to start, let go. Bring the hands back. If you can see yourself in the camera, see if you can have an even C curve. Sometimes people are here, sometimes. The most important part is this lumbar spine and then the shoulders down your back. Now, without changing shape, we're going to do that 5 times back and forth. Here we go. You roll back, you roll up. Roll back, roll up. Roll back, roll up. Roll back, roll up. One more time like this, roll back, roll up. Now we take the feet over the head to the floor 5 times, just nice and loose to loosen up the whole back line. Roll back, reach, roll up, balance. Roll back, reach, roll up, balance. Roll back, reach, roll back, balance. 2 more times. Roll back, reach, roll up, balance. Last one. Roll back, reach, roll up, balance. Feet on the floor and lower yourself down. Can you do it without that grippy tuck, but with a soft roll? That's pretty challenging to do. Let's lengthen the legs out. Open those hip flexors again. Have a sense of a reach and have a sense of the ribs being heavy. You're not straining to get them anywhere. You've got this heaviness. Now, notice right now the shoulders are they will be where they will be. In fact, I would invite you to have your shoulder blades wide, and then can you start to move the shoulder blades down your back and have a sense of widening without a crunching. That's more together. Take your right leg and lengthen it. Reach it out of the socket and then float it up. See if you can have as much length. Again, that corner, and we'll do 5 leg circles there, starting to the left. Circle 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Feel the heavy groin going down. Feel the open hip flexor on the left, and then lower the leg down to the floor and release it. Let's flex the feet for a minute. Take your left leg, see if you can lengthen it out like it's being lengthened while the sacrum is heavy, and lift the leg up. So it goes right up and start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Reverse it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So open this hip flexor and lower the leg down with nice control to the mat. Open this up. Sacrum heavy, ribs heavy, firmness here without shortening the skeleton. Bend your knees up. Check again. Heavy sacrum. So the feeling is you're focusing more into the low sacrum, tail, versus this pressing. So they're not focusing getting anything down artificially. We're softening the back muscles so that they can really be long. Bring both knees up. Remember, you keep that hinge happening here. We're not shortening. Your sacrum and tail should still be on the mat. And maybe you get your knees right up against your chest. If you do, fantastic. Hold and curl up. Now, can you curl up even more without shortening in the sacrum? Curl, 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 curl. And here we go. Single leg stretches. 1, 2, 2. The knee will come in as close as you're ready to have it come. Maybe all the way to your chest. 4, 5, 5. Bring both knees in. Curl up even more so you really make that powerhouse work. Check that the shoulders are wide. Drop your head down just for a minute. Drop your feet down. Relax the groins. Hinge them up again for double leg stretches and curl up. And create as much compression as you can without shortening. And double leg stretches, lift the chest a bit. Stretch, circle, and in. Stretch, circle, and in. Stretch, circle, and in. Stretch, circle, and in. Last one. Stretch, circle, and in. Head down and feet down. Check that the groins are soft. Bring the knees up. Lift the legs up. Soft, 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 soft. Curl yourself up for scissors. 1, 1. 1, 1. Is this still long? 2, 2. 2, 2. 3, 3. 3, 3. 4, 4. 4, 4. 5, 5. 5, 5. And head down. Soft groins. Hands behind the head. Shoulders down your back and lift up. Lift up. Keep the groins long. Lower the legs. Lift the legs. Lower. Lift. Lower. Lift. Lower. Lift. Lower. Lift and bring your feet down. Head down. Stretch your legs out. Open this area up. Arms to the ceiling, over the head. Keep that sense of containment. Everything's connected. Peel up. And spine centroid is next. We're going to have a fun little thing happening here. So here you are. You want this sacrum really lifted. Soft groins. Shoulders down your back. How tall can you make yourself in this position? Now, we have the width of our mat. So, we will lift the feet up, open them and put them down at the same time. And some people can lift the legs high. I barely get off the floor, but it activates the right muscles, but you don't do that. That's the thing. So here we go, nice and tall. Get them out. Flex your feet, arms to the ceiling. Imagine this part is against the wall. Take a breath in and lift up as tall as you can. Find the connection of the lats down and start curling forward. Don't let your sacrum leave the wall. Round, 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 round. Flex your feet and roll up again. Check that the legs are actually soft. Lift up in the middle of the body and come down again. Round, round, round. Stretch all those back muscles out that get so tight, and then stack yourself back up again. Nice and tall. And again, down, round, 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 round. Open up the back tissue. Think of every vertebra in your back being released. And now this one is going to be just a fun stretch. So big lift up. Start the same way. And now let your hands come to the floor and just walk yourself forward. So now relax your shoulders even wider. Let yourself just enjoy the stretch. Make it feel good in your own body. And bring yourself back up again. From here, bring the legs together. And we are going to open legged rocker. So I know, Arlene, you need to get your little setup going. And we're here, we're on top of the pelvis. We want to be in that funny thing, that shape we were in, C curve that we were with the rolling like a ball. Just balance here. Check that the shoulders are down and extend your legs. So find that space. See if you can keep the shape. No change of shape if you can. 5 times. Here we go. Roll back. Roll up. 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 Last one. Back and up. Bend the feet back. Knees together. Lower down to the mat. And we will be doing a pelvic circle when the corkscrew, but we're going to come back to it after we do this. So soft groins, long sacrum. We'll do what we did before on the ball. Slightly tilt the tail down. And then rock to the top of the sacrum. So you want to go back and forth, feeling, how can I do this movement with the least amount of muscle tightness? It's almost like a very lazy movement. If you have a cat, sometimes they're sleeping and the tail is going and nothing is tense. That's the feeling you want. Come back, soft. Right and left, just side to side. A little bit of work I'm feeling as my legs are contributing to this a little bit. So you want it to be as minimal as possible. Right and left. And now circling clockwise. So as you do this, start to feel the circle around the sacrum. Where is my sacrum? What part is touching the mat more? What part is touching less? So just keep those circles happening. How lazy can you be as you do the circles? And now reverse it. Allowing the area to move in a very nice organic way. And then finish with these long hip flexors. Soft groins, legs together. Can you lift the knees up? Keep the groin soft. Lift the legs up to the ceiling. Quite a job. It's like you're really working with completely different muscle groups when you do this well. Slightly turn the legs out. And you want to feel that softness there, so allow something else to work. Don't shorten. You see, that was shortening. And here we go. I'm moving my feet up a bit so the weight is now being thrown towards the top of the sacrum, circling around to the left up to the top. So now the feet help. So it's not just the pelvis doing it, but can you make it happen a lot from the trunk? It's like the trunk is making the work happen rather than the feet. So instead of throwing from the extremities and having a harmonic in the middle has a tiny movement that becomes magnified when you get up to the finish line. So really in our bodies, once you have that stability and correct association, you don't move big in the center, you move small in the center to create stability, but it allows for freedom further out. And now slowly lower the legs to the mat. See if you can do it without gripping. Very, very nice. Now let's roll onto our bellies and come up into a Sphinx pose. So we're just loosening up the whole body. Now notice my shoulders are up by my ears. You want to check to see that your hip flexors are soft and long. We have a tendency to grip there, so that's why it's a theme of the day. Let yourself drop. So we're allowing the upper part of the spine to be soft. Let your head drop down to release a lot of tension that gets crunched there. Now from here, start pushing with the arms and lifting up. So now we have this length in the stomach, a lot of traction, opening up, starting to ask the spine to bend without compression in the low back. Drop, head goes down, start pushing into the hands, lifting up. See if you can lift up even the part of the stomach close to the pubic bone. So creating a lot of front body length without squashing. Yes, there's a bend in the low back, but it shouldn't be a squash. Drop down. And slowly rolling, pushing up, lifting. Nice long body. One more time, dropping down. And then lifting up and hold this position. Get that very long abdomen and slowly bend your right foot in. As you do it, open the right hip flexor. Even more, even more, even more. The quad needs to open even more. And double kick. Lengthen it out and see if you can feel that long stomach. Work with the other leg. Long quad, long hip flexor. Let the tissue open. Don't try to rush. You're not going anywhere but you're unraveling your own body. First leg again. So slow at first because it allows you to navigate tissue that for most people is tight. The quads are tight. Everything gets pulled and crunched together in a sitting culture. Kick, kick. Keep that lifted stomach. Kick, kick. Kick, kick. Kick, kick. One more time. Kick, kick. Lift even more. And then lower down. Double leg kicks. So hands come behind. And let the elbows drop a little bit. The feet are together. Bend both knees. Long hip flexors. Kick, kick, and kick. Open the chest. Other side. Kick, kick, kick. And lift the chest. First side. Kick, kick, kick. And lift and open the chest. Other side. Kick, kick, kick. And lift and open the chest. And first side. Kick, kick, kick. Lift and open the chest. Last one. Kick, kick, kick. Lift. Open the chest. And drop down. Now, hands come under the shoulders. Lift up. And just lift a little bit further. So we're going a bit into the swan. So we're just warming up our back muscles. As you lift up, see if you can feel the upper back as well as the lower back working. Doesn't matter how high you want to go. Some of you will go pretty high, maybe straighten your arms Go for it. If that works for you, just make sure your spine feels long. Lift. Now we're working all muscle. So hands under the forehead, same thing, lift. And lift. And lift. And lift. And from here, push into your child's pose. So nice and long. Again, as you're going back, soften the groins. See if you can get that real nice hinging feeling in the sockets, and then stretch yourself out. So allow yourself to relax. Allow the back to open. Everything is releasing. Then lift your head up and walk your hands to the right side of your own mat. Drop your head down. Lift up again. Walk your hands to the left side of the mat. Drop your head down. Walk back to the middle and come onto your hands and knees. In this position, again, soft. And we'll start with softening even further, letting the tail lift, letting the head lift, pushing away from the mat. And then scoop in the opposite direction. Now, can you lift your stomach up and your navel up and not grip in the groins? That's going to be a test if you have been used to doing it like that. So you're creating this round openness, but you're not gripping and locking the joints. And again, lifting up. And again, curling down. And lifting up. And going down. One more time, lengthening and lifting up. And going down. Now coming, your knees and your feet are together. You want a nice long spine, and you want a little bit of this connection of the shoulders into the back. Take your right leg back without anything changing, and then your left leg back. And just hold and hold. So you should feel like a spear, a straight, long, lean spear. Bend the right knee in and the left knee in. Reversing it, left leg goes out, right leg goes out. Find that long spear, that balance with the whole trunk. Left knee in, right knee in. And again, we're going to add the rocking, right leg back, left leg back. Your feet should be together. Your heels go back, your heels come forward, heels go back, heels come forward, heels go back, heels come forward, right knee in, left knee in. Reversing it, left leg back, right leg back, find your balance, and heels come forward, heels go back, heels come forward, back, forward, back, in, and in. Come to a seated position from here. Find again, where is the place where the pelvis is going right down? You are soft all around here, and then you have this nice lifting and very open shoulders. Let's take the arms in front of us, turn them to face each other, and just pull the elbows to the close to the ribs, and then move them backwards and extend the arms. Bring the hands down and together. I'll turn this way. So you're sitting tall. You're bending the arms in, so the shoulders are wide. They're not crunched back, they're wide. Take the elbows back and the hands back. So there should be a nice stretch without a squashing. We're not doing that. We're just lengthening from the shoulder to the hand. Forward. Bend. Press the elbows back. Extend. Forward. One last time, this variation. Elbows back. long. Take your arms to the side. Turn the palms down and reach. I've got my thumbs. So the thumbs come down and take them back and see if you can touch your thumbs behind your bottom. Bring them back out so the thumbs are facing front. Thumbs are front. I'm turning them down and taking them back. The thumbs are touching. I'm not here. I'm just making the arm muscles work. Back again. Make those arm muscles work. How even can you make the movement between the right and left side? And arm muscles work. Excellent work. Relax. Come up onto your knees. Let me adjust here. A little bit of a thigh stretch. Let's start with the toes under. Knees are hip width apart, feet are hip width apart. This becomes an interesting place. We want as much length, but you don't want that jamming of the joints. So depends upon the structure. Can you get a sense of going up and down? And then big lift of this whole area of the waist. So there's your skeleton. You've got this deep inner lift. The arms come in front of you and you hinge back one piece. One piece, one piece. The more back you go, the thighs work very hard. Come back up. There should be no change in the back. The back should be like a steel rod. Usually people go back here, so don't do that. Hinge and up. One more time, hinge, just like that. Hinging, creating this length in the thighs. Come back up. Now stretch the toes down and press the little toe side. It's like you're doing this with your feet. Little toe side into the mats and spread. I'm doing this with my feet inside my slippers. Shoulders down, nice lift. And then as you go back, the feet work harder and harder because they're weight bearing. Come back up, and the thighs, of course. And again, long and up. And one more time like this, long and up. Very good. Sit back down into your heels and now stretch your legs out for spine twist. So you want your legs straight in front of you, as much lift as you can, soft groins, arm right to the side. So we're not going back, right to the side. Then how much lift can you get in your body? Keep the hands to the side and start spiraling. So the sacrum is very small, the waist is more, the ribs are more, and the head is more. And 1, 2, and 3. Come back to the center. Lift in the middle. Start twisting. Maybe a little twist in the sacrum, but more in the waist, more in the ribs, more in the shoulders, more in the face. And 1, 2, 3. Back to the middle. And again, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Center. And 1, 2, 3. Center. And again, 1, 2, 3. Center. Last one. 1, 2, 3. And center. Hands are down. Bring yourselves back down onto the mat. Swivel the camera so you're lying on your back. Your knees are bent. We're going to do some bridging. You want your shins vertical if you can. My knees are hip width apart. Everything is long. I'm soft here. Can you keep that nice length in the whole skeleton? Now we are going to roll to the top of the sacrum. Can you lift your tail off the mat and still keep yourself lazy and soft in the big muscle groups? Roll through so the pelvic is off and your waist is still on. Roll up so your waist is off, but your ribs are on. Roll through the ribs. And then lift until you're in a nice long plank. So from your armpits to your knees, very long. Soften and roll down, and don't shorten the skeleton. Kind of complicated to grasp hold of. And again, we'll roll up nice and slow. Can you roll through your spinal column without shortening? And then roll down. And again, roll up, rolling through the spinal column, and rolling down. Now let's bring the knees and the feet together. Take the feet a little bit further out. Same thing again. The hands now are from the shoulders to the hands in two straight parallel lines. Before you start, don't tuck. Now can you just softly get that tail to start to roll up and lengthen up. So there's a dip. Now it'll get more into the quads most probably. Roll yourself back down. And again, rolling up. And rolling down. One more time, rolling up. And rolling down. Very nice. On your right side or on one side for, let's be down here, for clams. So here we go. Is your spine long? Now notice this, because our body has waist, I don't want the waist to the floor. I want it lifted so that one hip is right on top of the other. Notice that there's some organizing here and you're not shortening the spinal column. That's the theme of the day. Lift your knee up and back down. Many of you can go with the knee to the ceiling. Do that, but don't let your hip go all over the place. Lift the leg, lower the leg. Lift the leg, lower the leg. Lift your knee, lower your knee. Lift your knee, lower your knee. Lift, lower. One more time like this. Lift and lower. Now extend your legs out. So you're in a long diagonal. You are not tucked. You're long. And lift the leg up. It can go as high as you're able to make it go. Lift. And lift. Is this still lifted? Lift. In fact, it's fun to sometimes do it like this so you can feel if you're dropping there or if you're really working just the side of the leg. Now lift and hold, point, and you'll come forward, forward. My range of movement is very small on this side. Forward, forward. But you can go as big as you want. Forward, forward. Forward, forward. And forward, forward, and down. Now, you're going to kick your leg up to the side. I'm not going to do it because I have a hip injury. But you turn the leg out. Rotate. So there's external rotation. Kick your leg up. Flex your foot down. Lift your leg up. Flex your foot down. Lift and down. Lift and down. Lift and down. And last one, lift and down. And now lift your leg up hip height. Have it slightly turned out in little circles. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Reverse it and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and down. Swing around to the other side. So starting in the clam position. So here you are. Remember, this side is up. Your knees are in line with your feet. I think we were like this. No. Your head was, I can't remember. So do what we did on the other side. I may have it wrong. Lift your knee and down. lift and down, lift and down, lift and down, lift. Nothing is moving and this waist is lifting, lift and down. Now extend the legs. I believe we came up here. And lift and down and lift and down, lift and down, lift and down. One more time, lift and down. And forward and back. I'm trying to figure things out in my own body. Forward, forward, back, back, forward, forward, back, back, forward, forward, back, back, forward, forward, back, back, forward, forward, back, back. Legs together, lift your leg up, flex it down, lift it up, flex it down, lift it up, flex it down, lift it up, flex it down. Last one, up and down, and little circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Reverse it, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. On your backs, soft groins, knees and feet together, heavy ribs, right leg up for teaser prep. 90-degree angle with the bent leg. Here we go. Roll yourself up, roll yourself down, roll yourself up, roll yourself down, roll yourself up, roll yourself down, change legs, and up, down, up, down, up, and down. Both legs. Up, down, up. Teaser is hard. Down, up, and down. And up you come for seal. Just like rolling like a ball. Same round shape. Hold, keep that shape for 5 seals. Clap, clap, clap. Onto your back, clap there. And clap, clap, clap. Up, clap, clap, clap. Back, clap, clap, clap. Up, clap, clap, clap. Back, clap, clap, clap. Up, clap, clap, clap. Back, clap, clap, clap. Up, clap and back. Clap, clap, clap. Bring yourselves up. And thank you very much. I hope you had a good workout. And check my website. I have a retreat in Costa Rica coming up that may just be something that you would find very attractive. Check it out.